everybody, this is Mary Ellen from Planning with Bumble, and you guys have requested this video so many times that I finally had to give in and do it. You want to know how I get my Instagram photos to be bright and white and clean looking, so here's how I do it. Basically, you want to use natural lighting, but you don't want direct sunlight because that will give you some harsh shadows. So you just want to find the place in your house that has the brightest natural indirect light. So right now it's about 4 o'clock and my living room is the best place for it right now. Sometimes I will take pictures over here by my front door. There's my cat, Wallace. Hi, Wallace. And other times I will take it in my bedroom in front of the slider, but it really just depends on the time of day. So right now this is the best place for me. So I use a white foam core board that I think I got this one from Hobby Lobby, but honestly you can get these anywhere, and that's what I use for my backdrop. And if I come in here and come down, you can see that this is really good lighting right now. There's no harsh shadows. Sometimes you get a lot of blue light. There's no blue shadows. There's no yellow shadows. It's really very white and clean. And while I can edit out those other things, I like to get it as close to this as possible so that I don't have that problem. So it's easier for me to edit. So I will take a couple of photos and then I'll come back and show you what I did.
Okay, so I took a few pictures on my iPhone and I'm going to come in here and check them out. You can see that it's not perfect, but it's not bad either. I could probably just leave it like this, but I like to get it clean and bright. So I use an app called PicTapGo. I believe it's $2.99 in the App Store for iPhone. I don't know if it's available for Android. So basically this app is all about layering filters. Right now I'm in My Style, which shows a history of all of the filters that I've used for various photos, and you can click on one of them to apply it to this one, but I use that a lot. But right now I'm going to show you how I use the filters. So I'll click Filters there, and the first one I'm going to use is Lights On in the top left corner, and you can see immediately it brightens it up so much. The next filter I almost always choose is called Crispity, which you can see sharpens it up a lot. And then I'll click on Auto Color, which sometimes will change the color to make it a little bit brighter. I don't know if that actually made a difference there. And then you just click Save, and it saves it to your camera roll. Now let's go back and compare the photos in my camera roll. So if you look at the photo on the bottom left, you'll see it's much cleaner and brighter than the one a couple rows up of the same photo. Now it's almost finished, but it's still a little bit on the yellow side, so what I do now is go into Facetune 2. Once I'm in there, I select the photo that I want. Okay, now I click Retouch at the bottom, and then Whiten. And now what I'm doing that you can't see is putting my finger on the screen and rubbing around all around the planner page, not touching the planner page because that will fade the colors, but I'm whitening all around the outside edges. There's also a slider there. You can see you can bring it up to 100% white, or you can bring it back down. And that's it. And then when I'm done, I click the check mark at the bottom to save it. Now when I go back into my photos, it brings up the new one that I just edited. So this is the old one. You can see there's still a little bit of discoloration on the bottom. And then this is the new one, and you can't even see a line. So you can see the end result is clean and bright, much cleaner and brighter than the original photo that I took. But I had really good lighting to start with this photo, so I'm going to give you an example of one that the lighting was really bad that I had taken earlier in the day. Now, even if it's pretty poor lighting, I can still edit it to make it look a lot better than when I originally took it. So if you look at this photo, it's pretty gray, a lot more gray than the other ones I had. So going into PicTapGo again, and selecting that photo and edit, and lights on. Looks better already. I did lights on twice because, like I said, you can layer these filters as many times as you want. Basically what I do is just keep playing around with it until I get the combination that I like. Sometimes I will use other filters like cool it down or warm it up, or shadows and highlights. I don't use them very often, but sometimes it's needed depending on the lighting you have to begin with. So I'm just trying a bunch of different things here, and you can see it did brighten it up a bit. So I'm going to go ahead and save this. You can see it had 7 filters that time. And I'm going to go back to Facetune 2, because this definitely was not bright enough around the outside of the photo, even though it does look like it there. I'm going to go ahead and whiten this one as well. Now you have to be careful with Facetune whitening, because if you don't get the photo as white as you need to, and then you whiten around the edges, it's going to look gray in the middle. And I try to avoid that as much as possible. So now I'm going to save that and show you the difference. When I go back into my camera roll, you'll see it's a huge difference. You see how gray that one is? And then you go down here and this is the same photo. It's really amazing what you can do. So I hope you guys found this video helpful and that it helps to improve the quality of your photos. And feel free to ask me any questions here or on Instagram at Planning with Bumble. Thanks a lot.